Hello folks, welcome to Toy Reel. Jason the Bruce back with you again with another Beastbox. Yeah, I can't help myself with these things. We'll go through everything. We're going to go through the transformation. We'll go through it all. We'll talk about the good. We'll talk about the bad. And let's get into it. So, as I kind of hinted at, I can't help myself with these. I really enjoy the Beastbox line. I really do. There is a lot of them that I don't have because I came into this quite late. I only discovered the line last year, like around the time that I was joining Toy Reel. But I've really been enjoying everything to do with it. I try to space these videos out now a little bit more than I was early on because there's lots of different things, and if I'm just, I can't afford to buy things all the time, so I spread them out and I show them when I can. There's actually 3 different versions of this toy. I got Heatmiser because it was the closest to a natural looking one that they have at this stage. Also, I thought it was cute in pink. I'll start right off at the bat with the only thing I don't like about these is that they don't come with a box charger. So I had to buy an extra one because I want box chargers for everything. I understand that they're releasing these things at a cheaper price point, but personally, I would rather just pay the extra money to get the box charger. I get it, I understand, but that would be my preference personally. First things first, I think it's pretty safe to say that this box is just gorgeous, right? I mean, beautiful. The pink and the purple suits with the character that's on the box really nicely. Continues across the top. New logo. I don't know how I feel about the new logo yet. I think I need more time with it to decide. I did like the old animated look one. This obviously is very different, but I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. It'll need time for me to figure it out. Here is the contents. So we do get our Beastbox, Heatmiser, and we get the surround. There's nothing too fancy on the outside of the box otherwise. This is a smaller box than normal, so therefore there's not as much room to put everything on. And here we have the character card. So, this is a new layout. It's also... Oh, no, it's alright. Beautiful artwork. It is, however, exactly the same artwork that was on the front. So that is, I'm sorry, but disappointing. These cards usually have some unique art to them, which makes them feel nicer. Where this is just a cut and paste of what's on the box. That's disappointing, honestly. I mean, it is a cheaper product, so I guess they're skimming costs somewhere, but this just feels lazy. When Heatmiser is angry, it becomes an unstoppable monster, but it's also a fragile, vulnerable, innocent baby. It's got an attack of 1200, defense of 1000, and speed of 1800. BB-63A. Xavier will be pleased. And the back of it is, yeah, unfortunately, just exactly the same as what was in the box. This is how he comes out of the box. So Heatmiser is here. Kind of taking up... It is a small toy. Like, we knew that already. But it does take up quite a lot of room. And then we have the surround, which we have seen before. So this is exactly the same sort of surround as what we have seen in the fish that I unboxed a little while ago. Just opens up like that, cube fits inside of it, and then this fits inside of your box charger. Alright, so here we go. Here's Heatmiser. Loving the colours on this, honestly. The teal, or turquoise, is actually a metallic. You can see it shimmering in the light there. Quite a pronounced pin through there. So you're not going to have too much problems with this coming off, because that's a nice thick pin that should keep it in place quite easily. Good movement. That's a ball joint. Yep, it's a ball joint. And then you've also got that. Oh, I accidentally took it off. Oh well. You've got that'll rotate as well. On the front, same thing. So that's a ball joint as well. And then I think that's a knee. Yep, that's a knee there. And then, of course, we've got that rotation, which we've seen when I was toying around a minute ago. Head will move up and down a little bit. That needs to be there. So head will swivel and move that way, but it doesn't move up and down without taking that off. And then you've got the whole body that can move up and down a little bit, but it's not really designed to work that way. Very, very slight movement here in the middle. And it rocks very, very slightly as well. It's kind of hard to say that that's articulation per se. And then the tail will move up and down. It will go down not quite 90 degrees. It's quite close though. And it will move up just a smidge. It doesn't move up much. This moves side to side quite nicely, but that's it. It's just that. If you take that apart, then you can also swivel it and turn it around as well. They don't click in or anything. They just kind of sit there. But obviously, oh no, you can just swivel it if you want. Honestly, this guy's gorgeous. So I'm going to spend some time playing with this now, and then I will come back and show you how the transformation actually works. Alright, so here we have our cuteness. We're going to start with the obvious. Turn these all the way around. You'll see there's a little nubbin there and a little hole on the side of the head down here. We just want to bring that around, line it up. I can kind of almost do this blind, I think, but you'll see that brings them up nicely to the side of the head. We then want to turn him around. You'll see the belly here is clipped in to the bottom of the neck. Just push the neck upwards to free that. Bring this down. Turn the head 180 degrees. Get these legs out of the way. And then bring that down. What you will find, these two posts here will lock in to those little holes on the top of the head. And that's him done. Doing a handstand if you want. For the moment, we're just going to bring the legs up nice and flat. These will pop off if you're not careful. So do be careful. It's not an issue. Like, you can take them off and put them back on again. But obviously, you know what clear plastic tends to be like over time. So I would be careful with that if I was you. Next, we also want to, these side pieces here, we want to bring them out, turn it back on itself. It's not going to show up very well on camera, but there is actually a hole just above my finger here where that post goes. So that just clicks in like that. This isn't clipped in at this stage. It just clips in like that. And again, we're done. On the side here, on his tummy, these clear pieces come out. And you'll notice this is a double hinge. We want to bring this first one up as high as it'll go, then bend it down on the second one so that it's pressing in between those two there. So I'll do that again on the other side, up as far as it'll go, then bend it down on the second hinge. That's probably the one part that I have found that the instructions don't point out very clearly. And then when these legs here, we just want to bring them up out of the way. Now, this tail is not the easiest thing to get apart. There is actually a piece, there is a little nudge there that will separate. I would keep that apart and then bring the tail up. Straight up like that. Then break this apart as far as it'll go. You can then continue to turn this around. That will slide in to that little gap there. And what you will find, there is a clear post on the side of this tail that clips in to the side right there. Now, I find it easy to turn these legs first. So it was out kind of like this. What we want to do is turn it around like that. This end will then bend in and fill that gap there. So this again should be up flat as high as it can go. We want to turn this so that the foot is facing out and then bend it on the knee so that it's filling that gap. And then finally, honestly, with these, you can kind of just slide them into place. The feet are supposed to be sitting flat, but honestly, that is the easiest part of the transformation. This will have started like that. All you need to do is pull that out. Make sure it's all nice and squeezed together, and it should fit in quite nicely. And then this can slide into the box charger that it doesn't come with, and he's done. Honestly, the transformation on this guy is magnificent. I really, really like it. Honestly, I love this guy. He's absolutely adorable. Like, just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I know that these are simple. Like, you just pull them apart and it just fills the gap. And I'm sure that there's people out there that's like, why don't they just make it bigger? I like the fact that they're making smaller ones. I like the fact that there is a cheaper price point for some of this stuff. Because, hey, maybe if you're buying this stuff for the first time, maybe you don't want to spend $39, $40 on your first one. Maybe you only want to spend $25 to $30. I think that's quite reasonable, and it's quite smart for all toy lines to have different points of interest, because not everybody has the same sort of buying power, and not everybody's willing to take a risk on what they may deem as more expensive. I actually think these things are amazing. I'm a big fan. I've said this several times throughout this video. I honestly can't say enough good things about them. On this one in particular, the articulation is wonderful. It's absolutely gorgeous. I've shown it off already. The only negative thing I have to say is I wish I didn't have to buy the box charger separately. I could have it without a box charger, but they're kind of part of the line. So everything, I've got one more box charger that I have to buy because I got another one recently. But personally, I don't want my Beastboxes out of them unless they're on display. But in then, I like building the wall. So that's me. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe. If you are interested in Beastboxes or anything else really, check out the sponsors: Cool Toys Club, Joy Toy World. Joy Toy World have the Beastboxes. They are not on Cool Toys Club. It's the same guys. But check them out. Use the code TOYRULE. You get 5% off. Everything is free shipping. Honestly, support them. Support the people that support us. They are absolutely wonderful. Thank you again. And just as a reminder, I did buy this with my own money.
This episode of Toy Reel is proudly brought to you by Cool Toys Club and Joy Toy World.